Welcome back yet again, everybody, for another installment in the historical world record series, commentating every single one of the overall Normal Players 1 world records that have ever been held in Diablo 2 world record history. Now, this one today is a very special one. This is the breakthrough of what would become best in class for Diablo 2 speedrunning on the Sorceress. So this is Teo stepping up, taken over from the Assassin. It took him about 8 months to get this, and really setting the standard for let's run the Sorceress and get the best time possible. Now, going through all the history of Diablo 2, as I've been doing recently, this build is actually surprisingly similar to a suggestion that came from Fragfrog, the runner who got the segmented world record that you can currently still see on Speed Demos Archive for 58 minutes. Fragfrog gave this kind of build suggestion to Lav when Lav very first posted his single segment or real-time attack assassin speedrun. So it's really interesting to see how long it took from that one idea from Fragfrog all the way through to it actually being successful and being the fastest time. Now, there were some fast times on the Sorceress before this, so I'll bring up the list so we can just talk through this. So this is all the records we've been going through so far. Today we've got 125.33 by Teo on the Sorceress. Previously everything was on the Assassin. If we go through the full history of the Sorceress, we can see here softcore Sorceress about, what's that, 5 months before? Back in April, Teo had a pretty good time with the Sorceress. That's actually better than most of the world records we've watched so far on the Assassin, 128. If you can go down to hardcore, because the previous runners used to generally run hardcore, I think one that's not captured on here is one that a video no longer exists of, which was Lav running the Sorceress just to test it out. But anyway, what we've got, we had precedents set by Nightfall, going through and getting it down as low as 134.39 in February 2015. No, hang on, that's the Assassin. What am I talking about? It's Sorceress, here we go. We had Nightfall, 141.58, so still quite slow compared to his Assassin times. He was getting down to around the mid 130s mark here. So that's a good 7-minute distance between them. And that was the best we could do on the Sorceress until this breakthrough run by Teo that we'll be watching today. So stay a while, listen, enjoy this Diablo 2 world record commentary. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, kick it off. So we've got a quite advanced layout here for Teo. We've got the chat there, even though I can no longer see it on Twitch. I've got it on his screen, so that's nice. Always good to see that. Moobot. Oh, I still see him from time to time in the overall community as well, so that's nice to see. Gets a good indirect exit with the town exiting out this way. I wonder if it comes around here, it'll be the proper indirect exit that we all know and love today. I don't think they really understood the map layouts back then, but yeah. Pushing ahead, refilling Shrine to just keep his mana sustained. Now, the interesting thing about this run compared to the Assassin runs, oh, that's some nice gold for him, is that Sorceress does a respec, so we will actually be seeing the Den of Evil. Comes out, gets the super chest from the house, but it's just garbage in there, doesn't get any good gold. He wants to click those chests and get good gold right now, because he wants to pick up things like throwing knives or rings or amulets to sell to Akara for mana potions, because as you can imagine, a caster character like the Sorceress, pretty desperate to get mana potions and keep herself sustained running through the Den of Evil and just being able to, 1 or 2 shot enemies with the fireball / charged bolt. So just meleeing the zombies there, probably spending a little bit too much time killing them. Here we go. Classic strats. Drop the town portal as you run past the Den of Evil, continue on to the Cold Plains waypoint, and then travel back to town to stock up again. Doesn't click those chests there, that surprises me. Maybe worried about getting hit by the zombies. honestly, he wasted a little bit of time there in killing those guys. Now, these exploding potions are going to really help him out. Quickly drinks those 2 health potions that are wasting space in his belt, and manages to buy a couple of mana potions to just fill it out, as well as stamina potions, because stamina, surprisingly important in speedrunning.
Oops.
You pretty much never
I still
use
had
it.
the microphone muted, I'm sorry.
There we go. I might actually need to turn that down. That's pretty loud.
Didn't mean to do that.
Oh, young Teo. Young Teo. Yeah, stamina potions, surprisingly important in Diablo 2 speedrunning. You almost never use stamina potions when you're playing on Battle.net with your friends or whatever, but I would suggest, keep them in your belt. Keep them in your inventory, because it's surprising how often you're like running through the catacombs or even through the Wellstone Keep with people, and they just start walking, and they will appreciate you dropping a stamina potion on the ground. Ooh, nice. Drops a wand. Wand can have plus
So
the skills, and
welcome
that's good gold.
everyone to my next attempt on the sub 125. It's gonna take a few more resets, I guess.
So, he's introduced in the chat. He's got that clear aim to get sub 125 on the Sorceress. Wants to get that record pace. Looks like best he's ever done here so far is 128. So, I think that was what I showed before in the document. Still not quite world record. Still not beating the Assassin. That amazing 125 Assassin run that we watched previously. But pushing through the Den of Evil here. That's kind of a slow den. The actual map layout itself isn't too bad, but this is taking quite a bit of time to get through the den. Is he going to get the Strangling Gas potions? Yes, he does. That's going to help him out in general, getting a bit of extra area effect damage, particularly when he's grinding the Countess, I would expect. Grabs a sash. That's going to just keep his mana and health potions. Like, it'll just help him manage inventory better by giving him an extra 4 slots of just carrying space. Less times he may have to go to town in order to, repurchase potions. And if you ever have to go back to town to buy potions to keep yourself moving, it's actually a pretty big time waste running all the way across town to get to a car or buy some potion, and running all the way back to the town portal. So picking up a sash just on the way, very handy. Comes up to Corpse Fire. Nice quick kill on him. He can take a surprising amount of him. Actually, that was pretty good. Like 4.5 minutes. There was an entire area that had no monsters in it. So, pretty good. Pretty good. I bet he wishes that he had that. Actually uses the dagger. Wow, that's interesting. Because I was about to say, I bet he wishes he had that on the Assassin, because dagger is super handy on the Assassin. So here you go, stocking up on potions. Doesn't buy a plus to skill stuff. When he had that much gold, that really surprises me.
Alright, so far so good.
A plus to charge... Oh, gets Gargantuan Beasts out here, very nice. A plus to charge Bolt at this level is actually pretty easy to buy and will massively increase his damage. Increases your mana consumption, so that like slightly offsets it, and that's why you put into energy first rather than into...
so far so good.
Into Vitality. Now he's got enough energy, probably going to be pumping Vitality just continuously. Nicely gets the monsters to bunch up on him, throws a couple of cast charge bolts, probably needed a bigger pack there. Really want those ladies to chase after him in mob, because they have quite low health pools, so that is very, very helpful. Experience Shrine is going to help him out. This is the Teo luck that we really established in the previous run. He's great at getting XP shrines and running across the cold plains. Now, I mentioned earlier, is this going to be an indirect map? As soon as you saw the river, it's not an indirect map. He is just... Yeah, I know this is like 9 months later since he first started doing real-time attack runs, but his ability to recognize map layouts is just beautiful. Beautiful. Sees that it was coming into the burial grounds. You can tell it's the burial grounds because the exit was so close to the top left here. Second XP shrine. Probably shouldn't have picked that up straight away. Probably should have just dropped a town portal when he still had, I'm guessing, about 30 seconds left on his other one. But yeah, nicely attacking all the minions there of Rakanishu. Probably not worth his time killing Raka, but does it anyway. Well, he managed to kill Rakanishu just with all those charged bolts. That's pretty impressive without a charge to bolt. Plus to charge bolt stuff. Oh no, there he is. Because Rakinishu, being lightning enchanted, that gives him an extra 50 lightning resistance. So that's why he's using the firebolt on him now. Instead of that, we'll want to stop and just pick up those 2 light mana potions. Will he pick up the hard leveled armor? Yes, he does. He does. He's actually learnt his lesson from last time, but it was ethereal. It wasn't socketed. Ugh, wasted that time with the inventory management. That hurts. That hurts.
Hey, love.
Oh, Lav's in the chat. Lav's in the chat. The legend. You'll love it. You'll love to see it. So, another boss pack here, and he wants to be targeting boss packs. Haven't called this out. I call this out in every single run. A unique monster pack. They're technically called unique in the
I request
documentation.
this one not to be lightning enchanted.
Is worth 500% XP. So every single enemy that you kill that's in a unique monster pack, whether it's Rakinishu, whether it's, that lightning enchanted tainted up there, they are worth as much as killing 5 of a regular enemy. So he had a pack of carvers there, as well as that tainted pack. And killing that, what was that? That was about 10 guys there, plus the XP shrine. 10 times 5, 50. Plus the XP shrine gives you an extra 50%,
not to be
75. That quickly. Even with the additional lightning resistance on the tainted, naturally they come with lightning resistance, and they also have really big life pools. And being lightning enchanted, that gives them extra lightning resistance. That's why he just kept on running after killing the minions, because it wasn't worth his time fighting the main monster there. When he has so many potions now, the main benefit is from just whoops. The main benefit is just from killing all the minions themselves rather than wasting your time killing the main boss, and he really seems to have internalized this. This is a comment I've made many times in speedruns so far, and this is the first time I've really seen it, not wasting time killing the boss of the unique pack. Switches over to Dagger for reasons that I don't understand. Drops the staff. Now you might think, I made the comment earlier that wands are worth a lot of money because they can roll with plus to skills, and plus to skills gives you lots of money, like you can get up to 5 grand. But because that starting stuff is technically a piece of starting equipment, even though it's got +1 to firebolt, it's like a predefined value that you only ever get $1 for it.
This is gonna be a river map as well.
Yep. Thinks it's gonna be a river map because of the river across the Blood Moor. It's gonna be another skill. Another XP shrine. Finds the tower pretty early.
A river map.
And he's got a shrine,
still got
a waypoint,
perfectly,
and the tower. In the same screen as you come in. That is amazing. That is amazing. Now he's running into the tower with an XP shrine. That's pretty nice. It's always a left turn here. So he's been forced to run down, and it's a left turn as discovered by the Germans back in 2005. Lightning enchanted. That's not great. This is when those strangling gas potions come in handy, because they will do poison damage and also do nice area of effect damage against those lightning enchants, and will be just stripping through their health really, really quickly. Champion pack of ghosts. That's not great. At least there's 4 of them there. So champion packs, I say, are not great because while unique monster boss packs with minions give 500% XP, champions only give 300% XP. And they also tend to have a much bigger life pool than unique monster packs. So you can spend more time killing them for far less XP. Now, there's still a bonus XP, worth your time killing them over regular monsters, but not really for just about anything else. That's a nice short map, actually. All these maps pretty short, and on first level, he had a nice little L shape. So the L shape is a tile that kind of looks like that, and it's basically guaranteed to always have a monster spawn there. So that's pretty nice, guaranteed monster spawn. If you can keep rolling XP shrines with that Teo luck, he will be rocking it. Fighting the archers is very tough. They do a lot of damage, and they have quite a bit of life, but Teo manages it beautifully there, just sticking and moving, throwing the strangling gas potions and getting blocked very rudely by by the barrels. So he was clicking all the like grave sites there or whatever they are, because he really wants to find a ring with faster cast rate. Now this isn't a thing that came up in the assassin runs, because the assassin's attack speed for her traps are based on attack speed, and that's why she really wanted to have a dagger. But the sorceress's attacks are based on a thing called cast speed, and while he'll be here hunting, gets tier round.
We got the raw runes on the first run. Nice.
Seriously? Wow.
That's an awesome drop there.
If he was on the assassin, he would have been loving that. He wants the Taleth from the Countess to put into a 2-socket armor for stealth, because that'll give him faster cast rate. That'll get him 2 frames saved per casting attack.
Not enough money for faster cast.
Gets him to the next second breakpoint for casting, and he wants a ring with FCR.
Only one shrine,
so that'll first up, before he can use stealth, that will get him one of those breakpoints and save him a frame just while he levels up to level 17, because level 17 is a long time away, you know. And then if he can get 2 pieces of faster cast rate on top of the stealth, that'll get him to the next breakpoint, making it very safe teleporting through the game, because he can just keep teleporting without giving enemies a chance to hit him as he teleports. So that's pretty nice. Once again, doing the very wise thing of not wasting time trying to kill the boss with his lightning bolts. Just as I say it, he does it anyway, but I guess that gave him the quick level up, so that's, you know what, I can understand that. Here we go, level 2, here's the L shape. There'll be a guaranteed monster group here. That's slightly better this time. I mean, at least there's 4 of them. I mean, yeah, 4 minions plus the boss this time. So 5 times 5, boom, 25 enemies killed right there. Well, 25 enemies worth of experience anyway. Is he going to get stuffed with champions again? He is, but they're archers, and he wisely just ignores them entirely and runs on to the next level. He's going to run back for that ring, because as I said, he really wants rings. Is this going to give him the faster cast rate? At this stage in the game, this is one of the most likely areas to give you faster cast rate. Did he just drop that ring out of his inventory? No, there were 2 dropped. There you go, very nice. Puts in a bit of strength so he can free up the inventory space and just get that armor rocking. Continuing to just keep an eye out, clicking these undefiled graves, hoping for like an amulet, basically, for FCR. And, you know, it's not guaranteed that these rings that have dropped so far will give him FCR. So he really wants to maximize that chance. Finds an aura enchanted pack here. Now, he was very lucky to see that just out of the corner of his eye, because you could see he put his cursor over the minions, and they just said demon underneath. Now, if it's I only found this out yesterday. I did know if it's an aura enchanted boss, it generally will not show the word minion underneath its minions, unless it is a brute, because animal classes won't show anything underneath their names, so that gets replaced by the word minion. Anyway, nice drop there. Gets an Eth rune. He's got his Taleth. He's got both his runes in 2 runs. That is amazing. Just keeping an eye out, seeing if he can buy a belt. Wants to get a 2-socket helm as well for those spare Ral runes he has. Nice plus to energy. 2 to energy gives him extra 6 mana. That's pretty good casting. Going back into the tower, even when he doesn't need the runes, is interesting. He might be wanting an extra Ral rune, so he's got 2 Rals as he goes through Act 4, just to play it extra safe. Like, this was the main thing holding back the Sorceress in these runs, is she is just so fragile. She only gets 2 points of life per point in vitality, so very low life pool, and any bit of safety you could get in the early days was very much desired. Ooh, is he going to get 2 boss packs on this level? Because he's got the L shape, there is a possibility on this level of the tower for there to be 2 unique packs. So, will he go check out the L shape? Yes, he does. Finds the second boss pack. Very nice. That's pretty great to get, especially when he's got an experienced shrine. So, pushing ahead. Doesn't hold on to the 15 fire res shield. That surprises me, considering he's going for so much safety. So there you go. Finds a nice boss pack along the way here. which he was missing last time. Unfortunately, they're archers, so that's pretty annoying, but he's pretty strong at this point, so not a problem. Just clicking the undefiled graves, still looking for that ring. Desperate for it. Gets the telekinesis even happening as well. Yeah, he's looking pretty good from this perspective. Got a tier rune, so that could help him with his mana sustain. I suggested he use one last time, or maybe that was Nightfall. Before, like as soon as he hits level 13, between getting... Well, I guess he's not going to have a specific weapon slot this time. So if he can put a tier rune in a weapon, that's going to give him mana per kill, and that's going to be pretty nice. Just not getting the luck from clicking those graves so far. So let's see what he gets. Like I said, he wants to get a 2-socket helm to put 2 Ral runes into. So that way, you know, it's 30 fire res per Ral rune. That's going to give... Maybe it's 25 on... What is it on the Ral rune? In a helm. Diablo 2 Ral rune. Sacred Globe, that's pretty nice. Could that give him the plus to skills, specific skills he wants? Tier F.
This time I really got all the runes that I want.
It is, yeah, Inspire, 30 fire in a helm. So there you go. That'll give him, with 2 of them in a helm, which he already has, that'll give him 60 fire resistance, which is going to massively offset that challenge from Infector and the Shamans in Act 3 as well. So those Inferno attacks can just burn through your health, especially when you're a Sorceress and you're so squishy already. Continuing to do tower runs, presumably he just wants to get experience and level up a bit here, and this is just not a thing we see these days. Another wand, that's nice, that's going to give him some more gold to keep him running through and teleporting through the game. Quickly checks that way to see if there's a boss pack. This boss pack's actually spawned pretty early, so there's still a chance, unfortunately it's lightning enchanted, that there will be a second boss pack, and there is. There you go. 2 times in a row he's gotten 2 boss packs on this level. That's pretty great. Unfortunately that other one was just terrible. There was very few of them, and they were lightning enchanted. And he's about to run out of stamina. Whoops! Oh, that hurts. And he's a long way from leveling up as well. There you go, grabs a ring. Continuing to just desperately hunt for that FCR ring. Not doing the Kane quest. I know this comes up. I specifically remember watching a Mr. Llama GDQ run where he does the Kane quest and like banks on the 9% chance of getting an FCR ring from Akara for saving Kane, but not doing it in this particular run. That Llama quest may have had something to do with the fact he was going into the cows as well, now that I think through it. Alright, back on the tower, level 5. Is he going to get a second boss group again? Yes? No. No. Doesn't pick up the jewel. He's not going to be doing any crafting in a normal run, so that's not worth his time. He's got a tier rune that he's going to be putting into a weapon anyway. Hasn't spec'd into static yet, which interests me as well. So he's got the Frost Nova going, which is just great for safety. And we'll pick up basically everything he can there for gold to sell. Coming back to Chassis, still hunting for that 2-socket helm. Unfortunately, that did not have what he wanted. Gets a 2-socket shield as well. Interesting. I vaguely remember this. I think they used to put topazes in a shield to help them survive Act 2 for the beetles. Let's watch and see, because maybe he'll put the Ral runes in there, maybe he'll put topazes in there. I'm just not sure. He needs 25 strength in order to wear that belt.
That one.
Gets a 10 FCR wand.
Wanted that one.
That's going to make up pretty nicely for the lack of FCR on rings and amulets at this stage, so it's nice to have like a quick, easy spot to pick those up early game, and that's actually a thing we still see guys like Indrek do in the world records these days, so interesting to see it play out this early too. Another ghost boss back here. Is he going to get anything decent whatsoever? Nope. No is the answer. Doesn't pick up the skull. It's 500 gold probably. If he has to run out of his way. There we go. There's the topaz. So I'm suspecting he is going the topaz in shield strategy and Ral's in helm. Gets the strength. So he can now put on his belt and start carrying more and more potions. Surprised he hasn't chucked that on yet. Yet another double boss pack group. There you go.
You guys are so quiet.
Space. Of course the new bot still hangs around because it's a flippin' bot, Brian. Come on. Alright, Ghosts doesn't have to run around the corner this time. I wonder if he will run down there anyway just for the chance of a ring. No, he does not. Now he can carry a lot more potions, so making the time. And that's the handy thing about telekinesis. You can pick stuff up remotely. And we're pushing. Just, he's running against the bottom edge there to try and see if he can get a bit of light radius from a boss pack. Because boss packs tend to have a good amount of light radius, so you can like identify them on the map pretty easily. Makes up for the double boss pack he got earlier by not getting a boss pack on that level, and that hurts. Here we go, it's going to get the double on this level though. Plays it pretty well, like kills the Devilkin straight away, doesn't get cursed as he runs into this room, because that can be quite dangerous and be spending time in hit recovery here. Frost Nova to just slow everyone down and keep them nicely bunched together. Oh, the rune drops on this are insane. Like the amount of times he's gotten Tal F as well as Ral runes.
And then I'm
like,
good with
what is going on? No Eld runes, nothing silly like.
Helmets.
I think you've already got a helmet.
Here.
Yeah. Anyway, never mind. He's still doing tower runs. This is really interesting. So what's this tower run number 5? Why? Okay, I'm gonna try and make a mental note of that earlier. Cool. Okay.
Okay, the only thing I'm missing is faster cast ring.
So it's just really desperate for a faster cast. Is he going to get it on this amulet here? Who knows? I've completely lost track of what level he is as well. Magic damage reduced isn't bad. I could be putting that in. Once again, double boss pack on this level.
The plan for the tier runes is putting them into the helmet. The plan for the Taleth is the rune word stealth. And the plan for the Ra runes are just fire resistance for Act 3 and Act 4.
That's interesting. So he's going to put the tier runes in his helm. Where's he going to put the Ra runes? Is he going to put the Ra runes in the spare helm that he got?
The archer.
I suspect that might be the case. So, yep, damage reduced and magic damage reduced are going
these
to help.
guys on, even though they won't do anything good.
Let's just move myself up here so I can see his life pool. So he says they won't do anything. It still adds up. Like, he's going to get attacked many times.
Really not good.
Every time he's getting attacked right now, his life pool is 100. That's saving 1%. Like, it's effectively 1% physical damage. Even more, actually. So, you know, it'll help him sustain pretty well. Especially against Inferno attacks and stuff like
Nova
that as well.
After level 13.
When combined with
static,
that,
of course.
With the stealth armor, which gives 3 magic damage reduced as well. There you go. That's a more typical drop. Come on. Like, good. An L rune, alright? Like, L's still pretty rare, but like, not Tals and Ets. That's better, alright? That makes me feel better about not just getting burned by this all the time.
Loot potions and TPs and stuff like that. That are
unfortunately not very good.
You can't loot hard items like armors and stuff like that.
So still effectively using that strangling gas strat. And I think at this point he has realised, and this must be the first time they've realised it, that you can sell the strangling gas potions to the vendor and buy them back to replenish the quantity. Hasn't called that out. It must have been just an innovation that he calls out in a different record somewhere. But this is the first time I've seen anyone actually making the most of that. Is he going to get another?
And right now I'm just
doesn't
going
get the
for
double boss pack this
level
time.
13 on the Countess runs, which is the best area to get experience out of.
Not true.
I feel like I will have to do one more than I want to.
So, Countess is not the best area to get experience.
Oh yes, I will have to do one more.
That's pretty decent, so you know.
It does trigger lightning. Static, for example, it does as well, but I mean, sometimes it's weird, sometimes the lightnings don't show.
So here we go, there we go, finally drops a
my
ring.
Naked Root died to. Invisible lightning. Okay, I really have to do one more, that sucks.
And has just not gotten the experience that he wanted. He really wants to be level 13 for
not good
reasons. I mean, on the Sorceress, you want to get to level 18 as fast as possible so you can get that teleport and be teleporting through all the maps. But yeah,
I will do one more.
You know, these days he's got an F tier. We'd be rocking a Nadir helm, which doesn't come into the strategy for a long time. Finally gets the faster cast rate.
Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that.
So now he's got 20 faster cast rate. That'll get him to the second breakpoint at 17. So that's going to be pretty good already, and guarantees him great FCR once he gets his stealth working as well.
Is it actually worth it? Let's just go.
Alright, faster cast rate.
Maybe I get level 13 until the next
Sorceress.
waypoint.
I should remember these just off the top of my head. So 7% saves him 1 frame. 15%, which he's got now, saves him 2 frames. No, that's lightning. So 9% saves him 1 frame. 20%, which he's got now, saves him 2 frames. He will hit the 37 breakpoint. So that will be saving him 3 frames of animation.
I'd love to be level
which is 3/25
right now,
of a second.
I'm gonna deal with this like this.
An eighth, practically, of a second. Every single time he is casting teleport, as well as any of these magic attacks later through the game. So that's pretty nice. Very nice to get those 2 sources of FCR between the wand and the rings. Very helpful. Now he's putting in that tier rune. As soon as he hits level 13, he will have 2 mana for kill, and that will help him not use nearly as much mana potions as well. Like, if you teleport into the middle of a pack, especially when he switches over to Nova, you can commonly get
Still not dead.
6 to 8 people around you. If you've got a couple of tier runes, like that is
2 more monsters.
even if you've got 1 tier rune, that's 12 to 16 mana. If you've got 2 tier runes, double that, and that's enough to offset your Nova casts basically entirely. 2 tier runes, yep, he's set. Hits the level up. When's he going to respec? That's the other thing I want to watch for at this point in time. Okay, so he's got the straight through map here in the outer cloister, because there was a little... Whoa, where's my mouse? There was a cross in the middle, and on this side, just there, pretty close to the cross, was the waypoint. If it was a bit further out, it'd be a left, but in this case it's straight up. If it was over this side, it'd be right. So here we go, he's running straight up. Quickly use that opportunity to go back to Akara and respec into Nova. Now he's going to be absolutely smashing the enemies. Nova does phenomenal damage as well as phenomenal area of effect, so you can hit a lot of enemies at a time. And here we go. Statics, Novas. Bang. There we go. Look at how quick he gets through them. Rather than casting Charge Bolt like 50 times, Nova, 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 done. Probably not worth his time killing that champion pack, but, you know, it gives him mana potions, I suppose, and when he's got the tier runes as well. Not huge, not huge. Okay, runs into the Malice and doesn't pick up the Malice this time, unlike his previous Assassin run where he picked it up and was like, I'm going to get some sweet faster run walk boots off this, and then never imbued any boots. He actually just ignores it this time. Classic. Gonna check that belt. 10 to life is actually pretty nice on a belt. He will switch that in for sure. Is he gonna grab that? No, he leaves the topaz behind. And finally gets to the exit. So kind of a long barracks, but
let's see how this goes.
here we are in the jail. Whoa, I'm down there. So he's come in and he's been running this way. So the exit is going to be facing the same way because it is a straight through map in the jail. So he may have to run down, looks like it, and across and up, but the actual exit tile is going to be shaped like that, and that is the key thing you need to remember in navigating these maps. Same thing is going to apply on level 2. Level 3 is a left turn map, so I'll explain that when we get to level 3, but just keep in mind, like I'll point it out, here we go, this looks like it's pretty close. Yep, so I suspect this door, there'll be an area up here, and there'll be stairs down there. Here we go. Kind of a long level 1 jails, that hurts. Level 2.
I would love to have some more
so he's coming down this way, so the exit tile will be shaped like that. And it'll be like a square set of stairs there. Once again, a kind of a long map, that's pretty annoying. Runs in just for the boss pack kill. Gets a Sacred Globe out of it. That could be FCR on that. That could have good plus to skills. Let's see what he gets. 10 FCR with res. That is amazing. That is going to help him out a lot.
More.
Lightning res on there.
I like that more.
That is pretty good. He's going to like that for Act 2, especially with the charge bolts off the beetles.
It's not a huge deal, but I like it more. But this jail is again
this is very long. This is very long. What a drainer.
What the heck is this map?
Indeed.
Holy mother of God.
Holy moly. What a map. Wow, this is one of the longest jail 2s I've seen, to be honest. Like, he hasn't gotten lost at this point, and this has just taken forever. Runs back to grab a staff. If it's got plus to skills on it, that'll be worth his time. Unfortunately, just gets ghosts in this defined. So when you've got that, this particular layout becomes very, very relevant later on. When you've got that little box jail cell there, that'll always have champion pack in it. Unfortunately, only gets ghosts, doesn't get any good spawns.
Could have been better.
Alright, and here we've got level 3. He's been running down this way. Exit tile will be over here somewhere. So you can see the entrance just like that. Okay. Nice. Gorefoots are amazing. Wow.
Sweet.
Wow.
Sweet.
20 faster run walk, especially before he gets stealth active and before he has his...
Sweet. Faster run walk.
Yeah, before he has his stealth active and before he has teleport. That is going to help him a lot through the rest of this act as well as Act 2. So here we go. It's on. It's on. But yet again, just getting absolutely stuffed by the length of these maps. Ouch. Look at that. Look at that. Took 3 Novas to kill every single one of those enemies. Astonishing.
Gorefoot, which give 20 faster run walk.
So 20 FRW
sweet
on the
faster run
Gorefoot.
walk. Nothing else.
Amazing. And very low strength requirement for it as well, so he already has
That's
strength
good enough to
requirement.
be happy about.
Leaves behind the Archer pack, but will pick up some Carver minions in there. Very nice.
Lightning enchanted.
And once again,
Gonna
not
get
wasting his time
past.
on that. Is he going to get a good map here in the Catacombs level 1? Catacombs level 1, you don't know which way it's going to go. Could be amazing,
Another
could be terrible.
tainted boss up there. Don't want to deal with that either.
Running into the corner here. Doesn't look like there's actually a good boss pack in there, but that looks like the exit tile right there. So that's why he wants to run up here. Oftentimes you end up with a dead end on the top hallway of this. Coming into... Yeah, there we go. Boom. Exit. Love it. Love it.
Another experience run. Are you kidding me? Oh, it's getting ridiculous again.
Yeah. This is why they call him Teo Shrine. Right? Like, the XP Shrine
Don't tell
the
Lama
luck
this.
on this man is insane.
Please. It's gonna hate me forever.
Don't tell Llama. That's interesting. I'm going to have to look into Llama's speedrun records and compare like what he was doing on the Sork at this time.
Oh, sweet, sweet.
Because that must have been just like this must be the start of their rivalry. Nicely picks up a champion shaman pack there. The minions of those shamans, it doesn't say minion under them, but they technically still, like those little devilkin running around, give 500% XP. There was about 9 of them there. 9 times 5 is 45. So just from those like 2 Nova casts, he got about 60
dead end to the right there.
enemy kills worth of experience. Like this is a very long catacomb, so this hurts. He's actually running it in a way that he doesn't... Like when I learnt from his notes on speedrunning, he says that you should run it clockwise, so you're more likely to either, you know, get information on where the waypoint is, and it's a right turn from the waypoint to the exit. But no, he's running it counterclockwise this time, anti-clockwise. So that's.
Please don't be the waypoint. Please don't be the waypoint. Yes.
Honestly, if it was the waypoint, it's not too bad because it was still straight up. But lucks out and gets the exit first time. Fire enchant. There we go. These guys can actually technically drop Tal runes, so that's fun. Yep. What was that? 4 statics and kill. Loving this. That hurts with the fire though. You luckily dodged that. Static, 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 static. Nova, Nova. Dead. No champion packs in here. That's lucky. And coming down. Looks like this could be it. It is. It is. That's... Alright, so it was a very long level 2, very long jails, but came through level 3 pretty okay in the end. So here we go. He's just got to try and kill these guys off so they don't put him into hit recovery while he's fighting Andariel. He's not staticking them. That's interesting to me. I guess they've got a good amount of lightning resistance embedded in them, as I noted earlier. Drops the town portal just for safety. Yep, Frost Nova, static, static, static. Run, static, static. He's run a little bit too far away. Static, static. Oh, and switches over to Nova at this point. Quickly kills off that dude, and then he's just got to Nova a couple more times. Come on, man. Oh, wow, you did not static Andariel down nearly enough there. So, too worried about all the other enemies around. And here we go. That should be enough. Plenty. There we go. Still leaving that ethereal Longstaff on the ground there, so we never even bothered to identify it to check for the positive skills, but yeah. So
this is the final skill
40 minutes it takes to get to Andariel, whereas
I have right now.
The assassin run it was 30 minutes to Andariel, so that's just how much time save you get in catching up once you've got teleport.
All the way. Alright, we got enough money.
What's he doing with these topazes? Is he going to put him in his shield, or is he going to save the shield for Rel runes? I just want to know. I just want to know. Does the nice little hack of selling his tome and buying it back as well?
There.
Puts Rel runes in there. There we go. Okay. Now I know. Now I know.
There we go. Yes, I will kill everything with static and Nova.
Oh. These guys are so annoying, the leapers. Because they get pushed back by your attacks, you really have to focus on staticking them down quite a bit. Doesn't get the fast exit in the Rocky Waste. Does do the wise thing. Where am I? He was hoping for an exit here, but doesn't quite get it. He will be running around... Whoa. Where am I? There we go. He'll be running around the big map, about that size there. Hugging the wall. Coming in to check if there's going to be exits there or there. Or there, or there. Hopefully it's not there. It's a world record run, so it's probably going to get it up here, I'm going to guess. If there's actually... If the map is sort of shaped like this, as soon as you see this second carve-in, the exit would actually be here, so you know to just run straight across to the other side and hope that it's just a square out, because it'll always be sort of tucked in the corner away from any cutouts.
Teleport later, so I can skill teleport and Nova at the same time.
So just banking skill points. So yeah, you could technically put like something into a synergy for Nova right now. I don't know if
Level
Nova
18.
has any synergies. Oh yeah, nice lightning shrine there. Will give him extra resistance against those charge bolts from the beetles and allow him to level up a bit better. Did not get that
It went good.
exit that he wanted before. I
Great
don't know
is
why he
something else.
dropped the town
It was
portal
good.
there. Once again, Tayo, the innovator, just using
Great would be if she doesn't do anything and I just can kill
opening
her.
the town
and I don't
portal
have
from
these
his inventory.
stupid tainteds around me as well. That would be great.
Finds a waypoint that's going to help him come back later to do the
But
Halls
this
of
time
the
I
Dead.
had some champion
Or
tainteds
just run
around me,
straight into...
which cost me a little bit of time to kill. Else it would have killed me during the fight with Andariel.
Yeah, so he's just making the observations there that the challenges of the champion tainted there really slowed him down on that previous section, killing Andariel. Gonna pick up a ring, hoping for more FCR. Not that he needs it anymore, but you know, whatever. Can be good gold, at the very least. Same with that Grand Charm, might give him resistances, most likely just give him good gold. Probably spending a little bit too much time just killing bad guys here.
He just said the Andariel fight. I just referred to that as well. Please. Just referred to the Andariel fight, which
Yeah.
was okay, but not great. Thus Act 1 was great. Just saying.
Drops a TP here. Banking on
Got
being
the
able to
stairs
just
here,
exit.
so that waypoint is actually useless.
And looks like it's carved in a little bit, so that... Oh, no. It was cut in a little bit. So, unfortunately, quite a long map here. So that would have gone up there. And because that corner cutout exists, you can tell that it's not the exit there, exactly as I was saying just earlier. So he's had to run a pretty long way across this map. Where am I? All the way up here, around, and then back, and then down, and then out. That's rough. That's
Never
a
said
rough
that I'm never
Act 2
lucky.
map. Coming into the Far Oasis. Is he going to get beetles in here? Beetles, you want them for experience.
No
It's
beetles.
just full of birds.
No beetles.
Birds and raptors. That
No
hurts.
beetles. I don't like.
And it's a lightning enchanted bird, of course. Is he going to pick up the choking gas potions to help
Please
him?
give me that waypoint fast.
No. Desperately wants the waypoint at this point so he can go back to the Halls of the Dead. The town
stairs
totally
to the
dropped there.
left there. Come on, waypoint, please. Waypoint.
Here's the thing to point out, just while I'm watching it. He's running these maps a lot better. Like, he's keeping the edge of the tiles a good distance away, or at the very edge of his screen.
Gem
So that way he's,
shrine.
like, revealing the maximum
Things
amount
downstairs.
of the map around himself. Like, right now he's running right against there, but he's already explored that side, so he could be potentially revealing a waypoint right next to the wall here.
Probably.
Alright, finds the maggot layer. At
Oh, I
least
just want
he's
the
already
waypoint,
explored the top
please.
side, so his waypoint should be relatively close to the maggot layer at this point. What do we got? This is still just taking
Find
a
everything
long
but
time.
the waypoint. Oh, crap.
Here we go. Finally gets the waypoint. Heading back to town to get
Because I hate to
his
run the
stuff.
necromancer, that's why. I really hate that one.
15 of mana on a Grand Charm wasn't too bad, to be honest. Could have helped him a bit.
Also, there is a bounty of $150 on the one's 25 run.
Wow.
So it's in this month.
Pretty good. Pretty good bounty to have. Lots of people would like that bounty these days, that's for sure. Guess you gotta start a precedent somewhere. Nothing like money to drive innovation. Okay, Halls of the Dead. So these are all inverted T's, if you imagine the way you enter, and it's a left turn on the inverted T. So it's that way. Similarly, on level 1, the T was that way, So if you
Birds in the
pretend
way.
it's an upside down T, it's a left turn. And that's just the way you imagine these Halls of the Dead maps to get through them as efficiently as possible. Ooh, yeah. So, Mr. Llama must be in the mix at this point fairly substantially.
Yep,
So
I've seen that one.
feel like there's something missing from the
Also,
world
I've seen
record
how he messed
history
it up.
record here. Yeah, it's just interesting to see how that's come about. So, Teo and Mr. Llama SC must have both joined the community at about the same time and got massive boost to the viewership. So once again, level 3, it's still that kind of left turn. You can see he sort of had to come in and up and around to the left turn, but
Why is that?
missed out on the cat boss group there. I think he spawned too many boss groups earlier, so didn't get the cat boss group that you usually get with the Herodric Cube. And using the nice little hack of going back to Act 1 to use the waypoint instead of running all the way across town to use the waypoint in Act 2. So, nice little hack there.
That's for any
especially when you
class.
can use telekinesis. Beetle
I feel
Burst.
like the Sorceress is the only
Nope,
one that
champion.
can
Champion beetles are
beat
actually
the
pretty nice.
125.
Unfortunately, only gets like one champion plus minions,
Yeah.
and that hurts.
Assassin is just way too unlikely. Way too unlikely.
So, he knows his luck on the assassin to know that getting sub 125 is pretty darn challenging on the assassin. I mean, we saw his run last time, and it had astonishing luck with experience shrines, etc. A couple of minor optimizations to potential, but it was pretty great. Like, it stands up for another 3 years after that, so grabbing the
Necro is
gold.
what you want, what you need, but not what I need.
Oh man, everyone loves the Necro. So he's not bothering with boots because he's already got his gore foots. Those are helping him out big time. He did not have
Maggot,
teleport
I want
before coming into the
beetles,
maggot layer, so that
beetles, more
hurts.
beetles.
That's going to hurt his time and make it just
More
challenging.
beetles.
Having
boss
run this
groups.
myself without teleport in the maggot layer, I promised myself I would never do it again because it just oh, it hurt, man. It hurt. Maggot layer. I'm talking map layouts as I do every time. So he's been forced to run
Let's
up
check
this
that.
way. It's a right
Okay.
turn in the maggot
No,
layout.
no
So
beetles in here.
one of the few areas in the game that the community has really defined it to be
And
right
that's a
turn,
dead end.
because
Let me
it
see,
has to
it's
be
over
right turn.
there, isn't
I
it?
technically
Yes.
still believe that the Halls of the Dead,
My
etc., should be
assassin
imagined as
world
right
record
turns.
is
Not an
insanely
inverted T,
lucky,
but a
yes.
regular T. But yeah. So there you go. People just asking him about his assassin world record. Was it
Hello,
too lucky to be bothered to
die,
try and
please.
beating? He's like, yes, it was insanely lucky. And yes, I agree. He had experience shrines in it for like the first third of the run. It was insane. Still picking up more rings. I guess they're gold.
Man,
like
this mega
1.2
level
to
one
3 gold.
cost me some
3,000
time
gold.
because of this weird layout.
Yeah, he got an inside map there. That
Over there,
hurt
no.
a bit. Once again, it's going to be a right turn. He was just checking for a wraparound. Champion maggots are not what you wanted here. I mean, at least with the Sorceress, you've got static, so you can get through their health pretty quick, but yeah. Look at that layout he's got. Like, he's got the plants in the background. Lovely. Alright, level 3 is always a straight through map.
It was
Always
some
up in
American
that
guy.
direction.
It's not something. I don't know. I would have to recheck the name.
Actually a pretty short level 3. That's pretty nice to make up for that challenge on the level 1 and 2. Nicely to teleport town portals back to town. Up to talk to Drognan so he can get into the palace. No, actually he hasn't got the head of the Staff of Kings yet.
I need to get some staminas. Need to remember that.
So looking pretty good on gold here. It needs just to grab an extra couple of
Cool.
stamina potions. He did stash his gold earlier, which is something you don't often see. But when you're banking on you know, you're playing softcore, you might die. It's worth your time. And fortunately, again, you know,
Even
after
if it
all the
is,
big
I want to
exploration,
see the mark go down as
did
well.
manage
125.
find
I believe in it.
the
I can
waypoint
do it.
quite close to the exit here, so not really recovering a whole lot of ground in the Fire Oasis, which is
Not
pretty
sure
handy.
if that's an entrance or not. No, it's not.
Just he was hoping for the quick exit there from the Lost City, but unfortunately does not get it and had to go back and just double check himself. So that's a minor time loss. What do I know that this record comes out at? I don't think he actually gets sub 125, so these little time losses, man, they add up. But there's another second wasted. Does actually see the corner cut in, so knows he doesn't need to explore that area whatsoever. Running straight across to try and find the stairs or an exit over this side, because he's looking pretty far on. It must be a 3/4 map. And yeah, so these Act 2 city maps, desert maps, have been pretty painful, I gotta say. Big time sink there. And down into the Valley of Snakes.
I sense strong magic.
Once again, inverted T, left turn or proper T, right turn. But this is why he's exploring this way. Hits a dead... I don't think that it was a dead end. I think that actually continues up and goes that way. But he has banked on it coming back down this way. Going out here. Sorry.
I can't carry it.
So the exit tile would be there. But no, he hits...
It's actually way up here. I almost missed that. That would have been a disaster because it's the right way.
Wow, that paid off for him. I would not have banked on that happening. So there you go. Now, he doesn't really want to spend time killing Fangskin here because he's lightning enchanted. And once again, lightning enchant means he has additional resistance against fire. So Teo's statics and his Nova are pretty useless. Nicely gets up the stairs and escapes though. Now we can go into the Arcane Sanctuary. And is he going to get a first way? He got a first way on that insane assassin run. With the Sorceress, if he unlocks teleport, it's not so bad.
Let's take that.
That's better than his
Away.
damage reduced, that's for sure. 8 fire res, going to help again.
Try hard.
On the
You have to be a
Infernos.
try hard sometimes.
So he's got the 7 static, which
Sometimes
stays
you have to be a try hard.
constant as a strategy for the Sorceress for a very long time. Gives you great area of effect and helps you manage the Doriel fight very effectively, as we will see soon, along with that Frost Nova.
thawing potions, so if something drops, I should pick that up. Really should pick that up.
And just
Not gonna
running
kill
through
those.
the palace here. These
Gonna kill
maps are
those.
so... They're almost static. There are minor changes in them.
Just some
There's minor
champions.
variations between them, but they're practically static. Just hoping for a boss pack to help him get that level 18. If he could get that level 18 any earlier, that'll help a lot. So, be interested to see how this contrasts with the last record from Teo that we're going to check out next time. No Fire Eye. Into the Arcane Sanctuary. He's not going the way with portals. That interests me. Because
See
normally
how
you want to
many
go
ways
the
we
way
take
with
this
portals
time.
first if you don't have teleport yet on the Sorceress, because you can telekinesis the portals and that'll like warp you through them, saving you that little bit of running time. So go on top right first. No particular logic behind it that I can see. I mean, I could make
Let's
up
make
logic
the
for
guessing
it.
game which way it's going to be. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So, like, the made-up logic I'd have is, because this is so windy and got stairs, and it's got great area of effect damage from the Nova, it's more likely that enemies will get caught on stairs, so you can actually hit them, which is the complete opposite to the Assassin and the Druid, where if enemies get caught on stairs, it's really bad, because your spells don't work at all. So, is this going to pay off for him? Is he going to get a first way? I don't think that's a first way. Because you'd normally see the little turn off there. Yep. Not first way. Should have been able to see that earlier, man. I probably would have saved. That time saving alone could have gotten him pretty darn close to that 125, sub 125. Oh, this stream quality, man. Anyway, that's alright. We deal with what we deal with. So here we go. That's exactly what I was talking about. That's why you want to go the portal's way first. Because you can... Why? Why did you do that, man? They're not even a boss group. You should have just kept going. Yeah, you can avoid walking over territory. And just telekinesis those portals and you'll move straight away. So it's almost as good as having teleport. Using the teleport pads by telekinesising them at this point in the game if you do not have teleport.
I need a key.
Unfortunately, he's getting a bit tripped up on his own mechanisms here. Doesn't get the second way either. Definitely not as lucky as his assassin run, that's for sure. That hurts. That hurts.
Really
He doesn't identify the items as he had to run across town. He picks up those thawing potions that he was just complaining about earlier. And coming into the third way, is he going to pick up that amulet? Yes, he does, just for that little bit of extra gold. Melee's a ghost, just to punch one in the face, why not? And here we go, superstar DJs. Come down. Getting blocked. The power of the Nova, man. De Novo Nova is amazing. You can grab the gnarled stuff, you probably should. You probably should have just shift-clicked them instead of using them, but you did need to use mana potions, so it's not the worst.
Come on. If I at least get monsters that I get fast level 18, that would be sweet, but not even that is happening.
Yeah, well, you're not going to get
It's
good
even
monsters in the
cost
Arcane
of
Sanctuary,
experience.
especially when you haven't been saving quitting Teo, because, first of all, I think there's only like 2 boss groups, maybe 3, can spawn in the Arcane Sanctuary, so monster density is awful in that front. Unfortunately, the gnarled stuff is not worth any gold whatsoever. And because he hasn't been saving quitting, it means that those boss packs, unique packs,
That's
will not
seriously the
respawn.
last
He's going to
one.
get the 4th way on the world record.
Puke.
Worst. I mean, I gotta say, it is fun watching world records where you get 4th ways though. Like, just to show what is possible when you have good gameplay and good luck elsewhere. Like, it's not all about the Arcane Sanctuary.
45 minutes loss.
And I think in the overall history of Sorceress world records, you end up getting quite a few 4th ways, which is fun. Less of a big deal when you have teleport, of course, but... Okay, running through the straightaways. If he was on the assassin, he probably would have gotten a first way. If this is going to be on the straightaways. That's funny. Just leaving those mana potions behind. He's got a good idea of how many potions he has in his inventory, so he's feeling pretty good on that. Grabs a mana regen shrine, drops the town portal just in case he gets, you know, absolutely ripped by the summoner's ice bolts, but nicely evades everything there. Sees that it is the sun. The sun is always at midday on this particular map here, so that's a pretty handy one to know. And we'll just be running on through to Durio's lair. He's got his stealth active. That helps as well. Somehow I missed that earlier when that triggered.
There's some beetles in here, so I get fast level 18, please.
Once again, T, inverted T rather.
Anything?
That layout there.
Please.
Gets gore bellies and ghosts and skellies. Yep, this is not what he wanted in the tomb. He really wanted to get more beetles
Ouch.
because that is excellent experience, but unfortunately gets stuffed with the generation of unravelers and skeletons instead. Still gets his 18 though, so he's got his teleport finally. And we'll be just starting to zoom through now. It's still a bit hard when he's only got light mana potions, but
Not enough mana.
look at how much time that saved him just then. Like, straight up, that would have been a heck of a lot of running. And with that extra breakpoint on teleport, he's just flying through. Flying through. Yep, reorganizes his stash while his inventory, rather, while all that generates. Actually picks up the heavy armor. Oh, finally, Teo. Finally, you're picking up heavy armors. Alright, so when you get heavy armors, they are great gold, so worth your time picking those up. And I've previously been very frustrated with Teo not picking them up on his assassin runs, only picking up rings and amulets, so that's why I've got the big sigh of relief there. Okay. So this is the strategy for Duriel. You just Frost Nova as soon as you come in, run a bit, Frost Nova, run a bit, Frost Nova, run a bit, Frost Nova. Run a bit,
Not enough mana.
static, 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 Frost Nova, run, static, 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 Frost Nova, run, static, 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 Frost Nova. And when he's when you basically can't see his health anymore, you Nova. So there you go.
Level 18 before that. It's almost impossible, seriously.
It is only almost impossible if you do not grind levels, as we will come to see in future runs on this category. It seems unintuitive that you could... pretty nice mask. Never mind. Unintuitive that by grinding out levels on a specific boss and not progressing through the maps, that it would save time. Or, yeah, it'd save time to grind, but it actually works out to be the case. So here we go, progressing through. Still needs level 19 before he can use that. Picking up the mercenary this early.
Defensive
That's
verse. Are you kidding me?
that's something he could optimize for sure as well. I mean, maybe he just wants it there to tank while he's teleporting, just in case, so he doesn't go into hit recovery or something like that. That's the only reason I can think to do it, because we see, or we will see in later runs, we definitely see in modern runs, that you don't pick up the mercenary until you are waiting for the doorway, the stairway down from Travincal into the Durance of Hate to spawn. So that's interesting to note there. Cold Enchant. I mean, I guess that is, yeah. So right there is the benefit of the mercenary. He was just able to tank and keep those monsters at bay while Teo goes. So Teo wasn't fighting them in too closer quarters. He still does need to get to level 20 in order to pass the Ancients quest.
Not enough mana.
So just targeting the areas which has those little dudes, since they tend to die in 1 to 2 novas rather than anything else.
Get entrances somewhere.
He has teleported past a couple of entrances already, I think. So as I've made the comments many times before, in this is actually a pretty wavy spider forest, so that hurts. There you go, there's an entrance that he needs to go into. Is he going to get the spider cavern this time? Yes, he does. First try, spider cavern. That is pretty lucky considering the amount of teleporting he already did. So, comes in here very nicely, kills Zark the Burning. That'll give him a good amount of XP along the way to level 19, so he can use that helm to save himself. He kind of wants the helm before he goes.
To get an All-Ras amulet in normal.
Not enough mana.
He wants that. He wants to be level 19 before he's going into the Player Dungeon rather, because it's such tight
Both
quarters,
Vasekas
and you go next to the shamans who do. Oh, it does not get
and
the marsh
All-Ras
skip
are
either.
possible.
Because you're in such tight quarters and you have to go next to the shamans who do inferno attacks, you really want to have your fire res active before you have to go into the Flayer Dungeon. Okay, so not the worst marsh, but still did not get the skip entirely, which is the thing that can happen in this particular act. So here we go, first exit. Is he going to get the sub area? No. Is he banking on a waypoint or something? I'm not sure why. Oh, because it's a boss pack hit. That makes sense. That's why he's spending the extra energy here.
I need mana.
Helps him with his mana potions as well. This is a thing I've called out in many runs but haven't called out so far. Is the other benefit of, on top of experience of targeting boss packs, is a unique monster will drop 4 potions. So by killing them, you pick up more potions while you are out on the lam, and you don't have to travel back to town as often, as I made mention of at the start of the game, which is why he wanted his tier runes. So check the first area, that was a dead end. Is he going to get it this time? Once again, I'm seeing the benefit of the mercenary right now, just while they were trying to figure out the optimal ways of playing. I had to click through about 50 menus with Deckard Cain just to get the identifier going. That was another little time sink, unfortunately, rather than just identifying from his tome. Oh man. That video quality hurts, man. Let me just triple check that I'm not on like bad video quality or something.
I must take this to Ormus.
Quality. Yep, I'm at Mac quality, so you know. We deal with what we deal with, folks, sorry. Alright, well at least he got the second exit in the player jungle, the second sub area was the dungeon, so now we can leave a town portal back there. We'll be teleporting ahead. Gonna grab that Grand Scepter for money. Niraj, you're almost dead. As much as you've been saving Teo's bacon here.
Not enough mana.
Quickly just smashes a pot while he could, just for fun. Basket. Grabs the ring mail and puts it on Niraj. Maybe he'll remember to pick that up later for more gold if he runs out. That'll keep Niraj sustained. Picking up another armor breastplate here. There you go. He's really changed his strats to address that criticism I've had every time previous that he hasn't been picking up armor. Hasn't been as important on the assassin, that's for sure. Her gold demands are not nearly as high as the sorceress, with the sorceress's rapid consumption of potions. Wasting time here killing Stormtree's minions because they are all quite lightning resistant. Gets a quick waypoint in Lower Kurasa. That's pretty nice. So coming down, we'll wrap around here to the player dungeon and still pumping that Nova. Just got to get that quick left exit in the player dungeon. Player dungeon maps are actually pretty consistent time on time, so you can actually memorize these entirely. Their tile generation patterns are pretty limited. So level 1 and level 2, you can remember that they are left turn maps, but you can also just recognize the layouts after you play them a few times. You will get to know them pretty darn well.
I need mana.
So here we go, another left turn. We'll be straight up killing these guys. He did not get his. Does he have his? I missed it. If he did, I didn't see him go to his stash and get his Ral helm. So that's anyway. It's a balance between kill speed, that's for sure. And he did have. I guess he had 8 fire res on the ring, a whole 8. But you know, 8 fire res plus 4 magic damage reduced from the stealth.
Hoodinity, welcome.
Amulet, all helps.
Oh,
what a ring! That is amazing. I mean, he probably should have ditched his other FCR ring in favor of it. He's got pretty great fire res already, so I guess ditching the other fire res ring is not that big a deal. But life, FCR, fire res, I would be happy to wear that on a sorceress in like nightmare difficulty, let alone normal. Wow. Wow. Alright, here we go. Sewers level 1 is running it clockwise, just like I learned from him. Still targeting these guys is not really worth his time.
I think that should be enough experience with that.
Hits the
boss group at level 2.
chest, so it's a right turn from the chest. So the chest tile was like that. So he knows that the exit tile is going to be like that. So
I need mana.
he's just going clockwise anyway right now. I guess just in case it like goes out and bends up. It is not worth his time to be exploring it this much though. Maybe he doesn't know that about the sewers yet. About the right turn in the sewers. So this is enlightening to me because he seems to know a lot about maps. And that right turn from the chest is an early one that I learned, so must be a later development in strategy. So that informs all my comments on the sewers previously that people, I guess, probably just didn't know about that. Is it going to good gloves? Maybe. I mean, every little bit of resistance helps, man.
Oh, come on, really?
Yep. The old inventory management. She's a pain. Halim's Heart. Fortunately, it's actually pretty close to the exit here, so not losing too much time. It was quite a long exploration of the sewers, though, on the third side that he checked. up to Travinkle. So he's only got to kill one of the bosses here. Caleb Flamefinger will do, or I don't know who else is there. But it just has to kill one of them. Unlike Battle.net, you don't have to kill all of them. Yeah, in Battle.net, you have to kill all of them in order to be able to take town portals into the Durance of Hate. But here you just need to kill one in order to get that flail, so he can morph that, and then he can telekinesis the compelling orb, but instead of telekinesising, he chooses to whack it. Just whack it with the Sorceress. Alright, that were pretty good gloves. Alright, left turn here in the Durance of Hate level 1, so it's shaped like that, bang, left turn, that was very fast, very nice. Level 2, it is a straight across map, so it'll be here. If you took a left turn, he would hit the waypoint. This looks like the exit here.
Nightfall's runs are all fast, hardcore.
Oof. Oh, wow. Ryu Quetzalcoatl is in the chat. Somehow I missed that. I've been too busy watching the thing. Yeah, that was kind of a long level 2. That hurts, but not too bad. I mean, the teleport. This is where the catch-up comes, you know? And he's not using the Merc against Mephisto. That is gutsy. That's going to be some nice gold with that Jared Stone. Quick kill on Mephisto. This is the power of the Sorceress that we love to see. The power of static and the power of teleport is just domination. Yeah. Normally what we'd see at that Travinkle stage nowadays, as I mentioned earlier, is that's when you'd go back and first hire the Mercenary. He is doing the Pike strat on the Mercenary though. That's pretty nice. Doesn't pick up the armor off the Mercenary to sell, accidentally goes into the gamble screen and wastes another couple of seconds there. And just stocking up big time on potions. I don't know if he needs the Greater. I mean, Greater will help his mana sustain, like it'll make him fill up faster, so that could be it. Greater healing might be a bit of a value sink though. He could have probably just gotten away with large health potions. Doesn't get the quick exit from there to the Plains of Despair, but does get the second, so that's okay. And a very quick exit to the City of the Damned. You can see here he's holding his inventory open for teleporting. That just means that his center of the screen is shifting ever so slightly, and that means that the distance that he teleports is actually faster. So I think Indrake has a great video on YouTube that you can see for it that shows the distance from the River of Flame waypoint to the Chaos Sanctuary, like the star in the center of the Chaos Sanctuary. It saves about 3 teleports overall, maybe a little bit more than that. So you know, definitely it's a hard trick to pull off, especially when you're also navigating maps like he just was then, trying to get around the City of the Damned and find that exit to the River of Flame, which is very difficult even in and of itself. That can be a huge time sink, but super worth your time if you can pop open those screens and still be managing to teleport, because you're just covering extra distance with your teleport every single time. Quite a long River of Flame, grabs the waypoint just for safety. Now that he's a minute ahead of his previous pace coming out of Mephisto, totally worth it. Here we go. Up to the center. We'll just drop the town portal there. He's out of TPs. He's gonna, yep. Just get rid of his Tome of Identify, just for more potion space, I guess. And then he'll be going across to Grand Vizier of Chaos in order to make sure that he's dead while his mercenary is still alive, basically. Because he needs his mercenary to be stopping the mana burn from these Wraith's attacks, as well as, you know, these Stormcasters have inbuilt lightning resistance as well, so his attacks, his Nova and his statics are not as effective against Grand Vizier. You can see Niraj is actually healing there. What Teo is doing is holding down shift while pressing 1, and that gives his mercenary a potion while he's at it as well. Now that his mercenary has done his job, Teo's pretty happy with that. So here we go, across to Lord Desace. Once again, his mercenary is nicely tanking hits for him there. Lord Desace just it's taken a long time to die. There you go. His mercenary even got the kill shot on him. So Niraj doing work. And here we go. Across to Infector. This is the risky part. This is why he wanted those double rails in his helm for that resistance. There you go, Niraj. Your deeds of valor will be remembered. But here we go. We're going, trying to get to Infector of Souls. There you go. Look at those Infernos. This is where that Rail Rune really helps out, as well as the great ring that he got earlier. It's got excellent resistance. That great helm will be some good gold for him as well. Let's gain a piece of armor made of metal. And here we go on the Diablo Cup. Holy cow! Oh my god!
Are you really doing this again to me?
Oof! Oof! Was too close quarters to Diablo as he came in for the kill to effectively be running away from that lightning bolt while he casted. Unfortunately had his town portal too close to Diablo when he first came in as well. And is doing the hotkey cast as well rather than from his inventory. So
Really hates to die easy.
that hurts. There we go. Finally gets the kill on Diablo. Gonna grab those antlers, hoping for... Don't right-click them, man. Come on. Anyway. Hoping for some cluster skills on those antlers for some good gold to make up for those deaths, because that hurt. There you go. He's got 42k gold. Stocking up on potions here now because they only cost 250 from Act 4 vendors, whereas Act 5 vendors, they will cost double unless he kills Shank on the way, which we have never seen anyone do in a world record run yet. So there you go. Grabs Niraj just for that extra bit of body armor, the meat shield as they love to call it, as we come into Act 5. And we'll just be doing a lot of that stat screen / inventory teleporting
Like
as
10
we
H,
zoom
10
through.
experience.
Just gotta clean something up, right?
Let's see. Not here. I want to go here.
Just needed that tiny little bit of extra experience. That hurts that he didn't quite get it in the chaos. Honestly, I thought he would. So, yeah, doesn't quite get the monsters density he wanted out in the Canyon of the Magi either. So that took a little bit. He was so close. So the reason he didn't just kill Eldritch then, or Shank, maybe it would have been worth his time killing Shank, I don't know, was the level difference is too big for him to gain experience at that point. I think in Act 5 right now, those monsters would all be above level 30, so his effective experience from them would be 5% of what their default experience value is, maybe 10%. So it's pretty poor, and it's not worth killing any monsters in Act 5 other than the ones you have to, unless you're level 25, at which point that experience penalty for monsters above your level is removed. It's just something that Blizzard brought in, I can't remember which patch, to just help fight people just getting power leveled in rushes. So in all these maps,
Not enough mana.
it's a left turn in there, so he's coming that way, and the actual waypoint is in the same direction. Unfortunately, hits the subterranean level before he hits the exit, so oof. Alright, so this is the dawning of the Diablo 2 streaming community as I know it. I got Ryu in the chat, I got Teo talking about Llama. Nightfall's just starting to fall off the scene, sadly. And yeah, so we've still got a few people to enter. I mean, Bender's not around yet. Indrek's hidden in running Classic rather than LOD. So, okay, here we are, up at the Ariat Summit. So, just Frost Nova, and using his meat shield as best as he can so he doesn't get ripped by that whirlwind, and that's working very nicely. Continuing to feed Niraj potions by shift clicking, by shift pressing 4 at this point, and those statics really helped rip through. Now Maddox got pretty big lightning resistance, so his statics, while they should take away 25% of health each time, are only getting half that effectiveness, it looks like. So that is hurting his chances. It's taken quite a bit. There you go. Finally gets the kill. And off we go.
I need mana.
It annoys me that he hasn't dropped Mephisto's Soulstone, but I guess you got to keep a keepsake, you know?
Not enough mana.
Alright, across. Taking quite a bit of exploration time here on Worldstone Keep level 1. That hurts. Finally gets the exit there. Worldstone Keep level 2. How's this going to look? Is he going to be running it clockwise? Because once again, just like Catacombs... no, he does. He runs it anti-clockwise. Okay. Just like Catacombs, it's a right turn from the waypoint. So if you find the waypoint first, you get a huge hint as to you should go backwards to get to the exit. Or you'll find the exit first. And here we go. Hits the waypoint, so... yeah, it's going to have to recover a bunch of ground, but at least he knows exactly where to go. It was right next to the door all along, as so often burns you in the Worldstone Keep. And here we go. Alright, that level 3 wasn't too bad in the end. All the way up to the Throne of Destruction. At least they're harpies who have quite low health pools, so you know, while it's kind of full, while there's quite a few of them, they do die pretty quickly, so... and there's still more up in the corner. That's very annoying. How rude. Hanging out with Bale up there. Alright. Just gotta restock all his potions. I think he's sitting on a good amount of gold now, so he should be pretty good. Now, is he going to death strat it? I've seen him death strat on the assassin. Pretty confident he'll death strat this because it is softcore. So death strat is leaving all your gear next to a town portal, then leading all the monsters out and either teleporting back in or letting them kill you and then come back in. Now with the teleport, death strat not as important because you can teleport back.
I think we are going to miss the 125, unfortunately.
So he is trying to lead them out, but he hasn't dropped his gear, so that makes me suspect that he's going to be teleporting in rather than death stratting it. So there you go. Leads them down and around the corner. He's got Bartok following him, so the minions should follow Bartok rather than him.
We are missing them by half a minute, maybe.
Alright, here we go. I really wish I was watching that chat more intently than this, because there seems to be an interesting discussion going on about hell runs with Lav. Okay, quickly kills those guys, that's pretty handy. And... here we go, it'll just be luring out Lister and co all the way down here. Once they're out of the throne room, they're as good as dead to Bale. Oh, unfortunately gets them following him down. He's going to have to lead them back. There you go. Quickly double checks it. There you go. I think that should be okay. Bale should just walk out right now. There we go. Didn't waste too much time on that. Yeah, past his 125 cutoff point there. That hurts. Quick Bale kill. This is so much faster on the Sorceress than the Assassin, I've got to say. It's very satisfying to see that. And here we go. Here's the world record. Ready to come. Or not.
I need mana.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, this is a worse fight than I expected. This is much worse. He definitely should have static Bale a few times. Maybe underappreciated just how much health Bale has. But there we go. 125-33. Hype. Alright, is he going to do a gear review? Let's just stick around for that. Normally I like to wrap these up by saying...
Arcade texture.
Yeah, 4th way Arcane. That hurts.
But we got a new overall world record.
Pretty good gear.
By 10 seconds, I believe.
Too much time leveling in the tower. There we go. Are we going to get a gear review, man? Please show. Never mind. Alright. He looks exhausted here. Really wanted that sub 125 for that bounty. I guess. Oof. Ah, well. It's a lot of stress running these things.
That's so unfortunate. 33 seconds. Unbelievable.
So, what did he have? He had a double rail helm. Earlier, he had a double tier helm. He had Gorefoots. That helps a lot. Got all the runes he needed, but he spent far too long in the countess anyway, with like 7 or 8 runs, all the way to level 13. Got the FCR ring at around level 10, with an FCR wand that he then subsequently replaced in the jails with the FCR.
Alright guys, so this will be my last run for today. I'm a little shaking right now. Also, I have to watch football in 1.5 hours, so there won't be time for another run. So thank you for watching, everyone. Make sure to hit the follow button.
Alright.
Also note at 2000.
So that was it. That was the first Sorceress world record. First time Sorceress was the fastest in a normal bow kill since, who was it? Psycho's segmented run back in 2005 when he beat Marshmallow's segmented assassin run, which was subsequently obsoleted by Bymank and Fragfrog in the segmented runs on the assassin. So first time in over a decade that there had been a Sorceress world record in normal bow kill. So there you go. There you have it. There was some crazy stuff in there. I got to take some time personally to digest those strategies that I saw. There's some weird stuff in there. I'm looking forward to seeing you the next time when we come back and see what have we got here. Let me just bring it up. Here we go. When we come and see the last one of Teo's world records here, we're going to just check out the hardcore one. We're not going to check out these ones in the middle. I just want to see the big strategy changes and see what he got here then, and we'll be checking that out next time with Teo taking 117.12 in this. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.